Hey everybody, Gamer Joe Coffee here to bring you another cup of cozy Palia goodness. Today we're diving deep into the Night Sky Temple and the bundle system that was initially introduced with Palia, and we're going over this system and how it can give you certain rewards or things you may be overlooking that are super important for your gameplay. We're going to dive straight into this real quick. We're going to cover all the rewards and what some of the cool ones do, and where to get everything to complete these. So grab you a cup of coffee, get ready, and we're going to dive straight into it. Hey guys, so today we're talking about the Night Sky Temple, which is available for each of the 4 vaults. I'm going to dive into it real quick here in a moment, but first I want to show you where this is located at in game. So if you are in Kilima Village, up here on your top left, there's a marker here for the Night Sky Temple. If you head up this way, you'll see a broken entrance like this. And excuse me, Mr. Deer. And then when you go inside, you will see, once you have completed the main story and once you've completed the 4 temples, you'll see these have lit up, and there are 4 options here. There is water, fire, air, and earth. And once you've completed each of the individual temples, these will open up as an option. So we're going to dive into these, show you what rewards you can get, which ones I feel are the most important, and how to get the individual items to turn in just a second. So we're going to start with the Vault of the Waves. This is the water themed temple. This is the first one that you unlock, and if you open this up, you'll quickly see that it's represented by a fish constellation. Each of these points on the constellation have items you can turn in. We'll start with the far left and work our way to the right. The first one is the Spooky Bundle. So this requires 2 bugs and 2 fish. You do have to find these at certain times. Your reward is 100 gold, 10 tuning forks, and 1 of each of the major buffs. There's a minor buff in there as well. You will get all these rewards when you turn in all 4 of these items. You only need 1 of each. The key is the garden mantis is found during the morning and day around the coastline of Kilima Village, Kilima Lake, all along the coast. The vampire crab is found during the evening and nighttime in the flooded fortress in Bahari Bay. The mutated angler can be found any time of day with a worm, normal worm, not a glowworm, in underground areas. So that includes the caves as well as the underground market. So if you're looking for that, I recommend the underground market with worms. Boom, boom, boom. People fish all day. You should have no problem getting it. You also have the Void Ray, which is as well inside the mines or inside the underground using a glowworm at any time of day. So these aren't too complicated to get. They're fairly simple to get. Once you get them all, you turn these in, you get these rewards. Now this reward pack for the first one for me isn't super great. The important thing is the final reward pack, which we will cover once you complete all 4 bundles in this water temple. So we go on to the second one. This is the Beach Bundle. This requires a green pearl, which if you pick the oysters, you probably have at least a few of these floating around. It requires the striped shell snail, which you can find along the shore as well in that area. It appears during the evening time. It can also be found in the flooded fortress. You have the blue marlin, which requires a worm and can be caught any time of day along the Bahari coast. This one's fairly common. And then a 1 sushi recipe, which that recipe for sushi, if you haven't seen my previous video about the recipes, can be fished in ponds, in anywhere in Palia in a pond using a glowworm. Once you get that recipe, or you have a friend that can craft it with you, craft that sushi, turn it in, you get worms and glowworms. Again, not a crazy reward, not too hard to get, but not a crazy reward either. We'll continue on to the next one. This one's a little harder to get. You have the inky dragonfly. That can be found anywhere near rivers and ponds in Bahari Bay all day long. That one's not too hard. Trout dinner. Trout dinner, you get that recipe from Einar's cave after reaching level 3 friendship and completing the quest. So if you're missing trout dinner, friendship Einar up to level 3, complete his quest. There you can get the recipe, craft a starred version, or find a friend who has one and turn it in here. The Hydrate Pro fertilizer is easy. You can, I think you can get it from using your glowworm or worm farms with something sweet or fruity, but you can also buy these from Zeki for 40 gold for 20 of them. So I would recommend you just buy them from Zeki and turn them in here nice and easy. The giant goldfish was one that was a little harder for me. I think it was the last one I got. That one requires glowworms in a pond at any time of day. It's just a matter of waiting. You just keep throwing it out there, keep trying to catch it. Eventually you'll catch one, and once you reel it in, turn it in here. This gives you the recipe for bouillabaisse. If you're looking for the recipe for bouillabaisse, that's where it's at. I've mentioned that in my previous video about where the recipes and stuff, but it looks like it actually gives you one as well as the recipe. So there you go. If you're looking for the recipe, here you go. This one's, to me, is more important to get because of the recipe. The final option here is the magic bundle. Requires a fisherman's brew, which I discussed previously in my previous video about the recipes. This one can be gotten from Einar for your fishing. I don't remember what fishing level it was, but it's pretty early on. Once you get to Einar and you get the guild unlocked by the fisherman's brew, it's super easy to craft. It requires one of the moss and one of the pond or the lake flowers, the lotuses, from Kilima Village. So it's super easy to find. Super easy. Craft you one, drop it in here, you're good. Enchanted pupfish. This one can be found in Kilima Lake any time of day using a glowworm. These are not hard to find. Should be able to get that fairly easily. Next is the shimmerfin. That can be caught in Kilima Lake as well using a worm at any time of day. Again, not too hard. This one is the one that I struggled with for a while. I couldn't get. This is the long-nosed unicorn fish. This one requires Bahari Bay coast using a glowworm only during the daytime. So this is a little bit of a tightened window. It has to have glowworms and it has to be in the Bahari Bay coast. One took a little longer. The reward for this is the honey lure. To me, that's nothing. That's no big, it's like whatever. Honey lure, okay, cool. One honey lure is nothing. So it's kind of all these rewards are a little rough. I do like the bouillabaisse. Here's the key though. The final reward down here, which isn't actually even showing on the screen, the final reward is the ancient fish. So once you complete this whole bundle, this whole vault, all 4 bundles, the ancient fish will start to appear in out in the ocean, and so out in the lake, the Kilima Lake area. I know it's there, and what you can do is you can toss your fishing rod out there, and then occasionally that really, really rare ancient fish will bite, and you'll have to catch yourself an ancient fish. So if you're looking for the ancient fish, this is the only place to get it. This reward to me isn't as important as some of the others, but I did like the ancient fish, so it's kind of cool. But some of the others have some really cool rewards as well, and we're fixing to dive into those next. So the next one is the Temple of the Flames, the Fire Temple. This one is represented by the ancient Kitsu shape, which is kind of cool. I like it. You have 4 as well in this temple, and your reward at the end is a little different. We'll talk about that. So we start with the Flamerod Bundle. This one's kind of cool. The reward's kind of cool. Not too hard. You have the Radiant Sunfish, which is Kilima Rivers using a worm all day long. Nice and easy. Flametongue Ray is Kilima Rivers with a glowworm, but only during the morning and daytime. A little harder to find. Striped Surgeon is a Kilima Lake using the worm and only during the evening and nighttime. So again, that is even tighter than that. And then the Dawn Ray is only in the morning time with no bait in the Bahari Rivers. That one's the hardest. So, I mean, some of these might be rare. Like this one's rare. It's epic. but this one is super limited time frame. So once you get all these, you turn them all in, you get the Pyro Flow Bobber, which is, it may be goofy, it may be not super important, but it's kind of cool looking. It's like a little fiery bobber to go on the end of your rod. Gives you a little different style to your rod that not everyone has. So that's the Flamerod Bundle. The second bundle we'll cover here is the Brightbug Bundle. This requires the paper lantern bugs, which are everywhere. Those are available during the evening and night around Bahari Bay. They are pretty much everywhere. It's gonna be hard to miss them. Now, also during the evening and night in the southern area of Bahari Bay is the Bahari Glowbug. This one's a little rarer, a little harder to find. Might take you a minute. So that one's a little harder. The Spitfire Cicada is even harder, in my opinion. That is attached to your juniper style trees in Bahari Bay during the morning and daytime only. So keep an eye out for these little guys. They're pretty bright when they're up against a tree. They're pretty easy to notice, but they are kind of hard to catch. The fire-breathing dragonfly is a rare bug, but to me, you're not going to have problem finding this one if you know where to look. Mirror Pond Ruins, every time I go over there, I usually see one or two floating around. Like, I swear, they're always there. They can be anywhere, any time of day, they can be there. They can be near the Mirror Pond Ruins, they can be near the Mirror Fields, or they can be near the family farm in Kilima Village. You won't have a problem finding this one if you know what you're looking for. It's like a little guy that zips back and forth, kind of got a bright orangish color to it. Once you're looking for him and you find him, you're gonna find him everywhere. Trust me, they say rare, but I see them every single time I go over there. So once you turn all these in, you'll get 3 of the epic supreme smoke bombs, which are pretty cool. They will, if you hit something with this, it's gonna catch it. So it's kind of cool. They're kind of hard to get. The next one is the Emberseeker's Bundle. This one, I want to make a video on this one. This requires the Emberseeker's medallions. So these medallions are in chests located around the Bahari Bay area. You're given the first one there's 3 different medallions, one for each of the temples. You're given the first one for a quest. The rest of them are found in chests in Bahari Bay. I want to make a video in the future about these and where you can find them and kind of walk through them, as well as some of the other hidden chests and middle secrets people might not know about. But this one's kind of cool because it gives you the Emberborn Brazier recipe. This is your first, if you complete this first, this is your first piece of Emberborn furniture. This allows you to unlock the rest of them by crafting it and just continuing to craft everything you haven't crafted yet. It will unlock it for you. So this one's really cool, and to me super important because it gives you access to that kind of rare-ish furniture style, kind of expensive furniture style. Just super cool. The last one here is the Sear-Chef Bundle. This one as well is important to me. I've mentioned it on my previous video. The reward is your spicy rice cakes recipe, which is can't get it anywhere else. Gotta unlock it, so gotta do this. First one up is Chapa Masala. So Chapa Masala, the recipe is available from Reth after your cooking level 8. Costs 2,500 gold. Nice and easy. Buy it, craft it with a friend, or however you have to do. Get your hands on one of these, turn it in. Heat Root is found all over Bahari Bay. You do have to look up though. It is on the sides of mountains and hills, the rocky cliffs, always on the side attached to things. It's not as rare as some other things, so you can find quite a few if you just float around and look at the walls and the cliffs. But you do need 5 of those. Next one is Phoenix Fire Rieno. That is available at level 7 from Reth for 2,000 gold. Once you buy that recipe or you have a friend help you craft this, turn it in, good to go. The last one is Dari Cloves, which are also in Bahari Bay. They are available all times of day in the northern half, but there is only one available at any given time. So it is quite a hunt to find. It is an epic gatherable. So if you find these, grab them quickly and hold on to them. You're going to need them. And then, like I said, the final reward is your spicy rice cakes. Boom. Once you turn all these in, once you get everything completely turned in, you're given something called the Ancient Rock Garden. The Ancient Rock Garden is a little statue that has the last ancient Kitsu and show up every single in-game day. Not IRL, but in-game day. So every IRL hour gives you a random gift of some kind. This can be arrows. This can be hunting goods like meat or fur or Cernic hides, any kind of meat. Just random hunting style rewards. This little guy runs out, hunts something, brings it back, and shares his reward with you, I guess. But the arrows to me are really cool. The arrows replenish my arrow stock without me having to do it myself. I could do without the meat and fur, but the arrows to me are kind of cool. A free arrow here and there. I think it gives you 20 free arrows occasionally from this guy every hour. Super cool. So I really like this one just for the free reward item that you get every single hour in game, and it's something I try to check every time I go back to my house. So the next one is the Air Temple of the Gales, I believe it's called, represented by air. This shape is a bird constellation, so kind of cool. We're gonna start here. The first one's the Fairywind Bundle. You got the Jewel-Winged Dragonfly, the Gossamer Veil Moth, the Golden Glory Bee, and the Rainbow-Tipped Butterfly. These are rough. These are rough for me. The fish are a little easier than the bugs for me personally. I don't know about everybody else. But the Jewel-Winged Dragonfly is in the cliffs above the Pavel Mines in Bahari Bay. Any time of day. So this one's not too hard to find, but it is a epic. So you do have to do a little bit of hunting. But the cliffs above the mines in Bahari Bay is where you're going to find this guy. The Gossamer Veil Moth. This one to me was my last starred bug that I had to catch. This guy was impossible to find. The problem I have with this guy is he spawns all over Kilima Valley in the Kilima Village area, just on the outskirts where all the grassy areas are, between 6 p.m. and 3 a.m. The problem is there's so many new players running around that have no idea what they're looking at, no idea what they're running over. So when this guy spawns, you have to be right there because there's a good chance that these new players might catch it and not know what it is, or they might run over it and scare it away. This guy is very skittish. I had so much trouble with this guy, and I don't know why, but I did. So good luck with this one. You shouldn't find it too hard to find the normal one, but good luck getting you a starred one. That took me some time. The next one is the Golden Glory Bee. This one's not too hard. Chop sapwood trees, honestly. Just chop a bunch of sapwood trees during the morning and the daytime, and this guy has a chance to pop from any of them. Not too bad. The Rainbow-Tipped Butterfly, to me, was a little harder to catch as well. This guy here, the Rainbow-Tipped Butterfly, is available during 6 a.m. to 3 a.m. to 6 p.m. He's like the opposite of the Gossamer Veil Moth, but he's available in southern Bahari Bay area and above the Pavel Mines. And it to me, he just was impossible because so many people are looking for him for the plushie that he sometimes has. And that can kind of cause some artificial scarcity when it comes to that. So keep an eye out for this guy. This gives you the Buzzy Jar and 3 Buzzy Jars and a Honey Lure. Not too crazy a reward, but you might as well turn it in, right? The next one we have is the Pie in the Sky Bundle. It's just what it sounds like. You need to craft 4 different pies. Crab Pot Pie is Reth level 5. Once you get level 5, buy it from Reth. No big deal. The Apple Pie is from Delilah's room after getting level 3 friendship with her and going into her room and doing her level 3 quest, going into her room and finding it. Not too bad. Blueberry Pie is level 6 from Reth. Super easy. And Shep's Pie is also level 6 from Reth. Again, super easy. The reason this one's important to me is because it gives you the mushroom quiche recipe. So that's pretty cool. There's 2 quiche recipes that I'm aware of. There's the mushroom quiche, which is here, and then there's the clary quiche, which I believe comes from one of her friendship quests. So there you go right there. If you're looking for mushroom quiche, nice and easy. Boom, there it is. Go on to the next one. This is the Stormseeker's bundle. So I mentioned this one previously with the Flameseeker's bundle. The Flameseeker medallions and the Stormseeker medallions are gotten from chests in Bahari Bay after you've completed the temple. You'll get your first one. The other 5 are found in chests through Bahari Bay. So either look those chest locations up and find them, or maybe I might make a video here pretty soon, cover those locations individually. We'll see. This one also unlocks a separate piece of the Emberborn furniture style. It unlocks the Emberborn bookshelf. So if you didn't get the first one, but you got the second one, you can craft your way to all the recipes. But this one gives you straight to the bookshelf. The other one gives you straight to the brazier. I really like the brazier, but the bookshelf is cool too. The last one is the Cloudcurrent Bundle. This one requires the Rainbow Trout, which is Killama Rivers, no bait, any time of day. Super easy, nice and easy. Get out there with no bait and just boop, 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 out in the rivers. No problem. The Thundering Eel is in Bahari Rivers with a worm at any time of day. So this one was Killama Rivers, no bait. This one's Bahari Rivers with a worm. Still, not a big deal. Kind of easy. You just got to take the time to catch it. The Giant Killama Stingray is an epic, I believe. Yes, he is. He is using glowworms in the Killama Lake area during the morning, day, or evening time. This one is also available when the Magi Market comes around off the dock of the Magi Market, because that area is also considered as the Killama Lake area. The last one is the Stormray. This one is found in Bahari Bay Rivers using glowworms, but only during the morning or the evening. So that one's kind of a tight frame. It's only got 2 windows, and they're the short windows in the early morning and the late evening, not during the day, not during the night. So in between those 2 small windows, at some point, go out, catch this guy using glowworms in the Bahari Rivers, turn these in, and you get some random hook recovery boosts, which are they're nice. They're nice to use. I don't buy them to use them, but if I get them from this, it's kind of nice to use them. So once you complete this whole bundle, this one gives you the Silver Wing Nest. This nest is not my favorite reward. To me, it's not as useful. I would like it if it gave different outcomes, but what this is this is a once a day IRL. So once a real day, you get 1 different colored candied egg. There's no difference between the eggs. The eggs are all identical. They do the same thing. They're just different colors, but it's 100 focus food. Once an IRL day, 100 focus food from this little silver wing nest, like in a cute little tree. It looks cool. I eat the food when I get it, but to me, I mean, honestly, it's not that great of a reward, other than the fact that it kind of looks cool on my property. But that's one of the bundles. The last bundle we have is the one where you find the gardener. This is the Earth Temple. Basically, this one's represented by one of the robot creatures, kind of sitting down with his arms up, kind of cool looking thing. So the first items we're looking at on here is for the Fruits of the Earth bundle. A couple of these aren't too bad. This does require the Mujin Bahari recipe, which you have to buy from Reth after cooking level 20, and it costs 100 cooking medals. So if I can recommend anything, go do some cooking parties, level up your cooking. Super easy. If you do cake parties or cooking parties, you shouldn't have any problem getting your cooking to level 20 in no time. By the time you get there, you'll probably have the 100 medals you need. This is a very complicated recipe. This recipe is very complex, a lot of ingredients, a lot of moving parts. I would recommend cooking it with friends if you're going to cook it, just because it makes it easier. There's a lot to it, trust me. But once you cook it, put it in here, you're good. Next is the bacon stuffed mushrooms. This one I covered in a previous video. You can just find sitting on the table in the Daria family kitchen. You just go in the kitchen, they're sitting there on the table at any time for you to pick up. Pick up the recipe, cook it with friends, however you're gonna do it, turn it in, easy. Next one is apples. Once you get your gardening up to that level, or if you get lucky enough, you get a bunch of apples from the choppa piles, get 20 of those, drop them in here. There you go. Nice and easy. It's simple. It's apples. Bright shrooms, you need 20 of those. Now, that bright shrooms aren't hard to find, but that is 20 of them, which is quite a bit. Bright shrooms are found in Bahari Bay near the ancient ruins. So bright shrooms grow near the old ruins and like the underground entrance into this temple, the Earth Temple. It's found in the next to the big aqueducts and inside the sunken temple area and stuff. It's just anywhere that has those big ruins, keep an eye out for these mushrooms. They pretty much grow anywhere near those. So you might find a couple, 2 or 3 at a time. Just keep going back and forth until you find 20 of them, turn them in. This one is another one that's important to me. Gives you the recipe for the stuffed tomatoes. Super cool. Stuffed tomatoes, I like collecting all the recipes, so it's nice and easy. The next one is the Creatures of the Abyss bundle. This one is another cool one for me. I like the reward. Stonefish. Stonefish is super easy. Go into the caves or into the underground. Fish with glowworms at any time of day. Nice and easy. You're going to find stonefish like crazy. So it's not too hard. This one as well, Hypnotic Moray, is also in the caves and using glowworms or in the underground at any time of day. It's just a little rarer. So while you're fishing for the Hypnotic Moray, you're going to catch stonefish, believe me. The next one is the Ancient Amber Beetle. This one can be found in Bahari Forest area at any time of day. It don't matter what time of day, but it is super rare. So keep an eye out for it and good luck, because this guy's hard to find, honestly. And then last is the Leaf Stalker Mantis. Run around and pick sweet leaves, pick Dari cloves. You have a chance for this guy to pop out at any time when you pick one of those. So pick those, wait for the guy to pop out, catch him, turn it in. This reward is really cool. It's called Galder's Bait, and it looks like a Galder fishing bait, basically. It looks like a Galder's bobber. It looks like it's made out of Galder parts, so that's kind of cool. I like that. The next one is the Rootseeker's bundle. Again, these are the medallions that you find in chests. Again, in chests in Bahari Bay. Once you collect all 5, plus the one you get from the quest, you get the Emberborn Reed Planter, which is another beginning point for the Emberborn style. Which, that one actually looks kind of cool. I got it outside my castle right now. The last one here is the Prospector's Pal bundle. This one requires those, first off, the rare metal, some of the rarer metals that you can get from mining, as well as the starstones you get from mining. It requires 1 emerald and 1 jasper, which you shouldn't have too much trouble finding those. I found the biggest problem was finding the starred versions. And put one of those each in there. Bring it 3 gold bars after you learn how to craft gold and craft some gold. Bring it 20 Palian bars, nice and easy. This one actually gives you a floor style, which is kind of cool. It's in the Emberborn style, and it's an Emberborn floor, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that. I like the furniture and the flooring and the wallpaper rewards and stuff. This one is my favorite. This one is my absolute favorite, and probably if you had to pick one, this would be the one I'd pick first. Pick this one first, trust me. It gives you the Ancient Galder statue. The Ancient Galder statue is a little statue of the, like, it looks like the gardener statue. When you talk to it once a day, once a real life day, once an IRL day, it gives you a random seed. That seed can be anything. It doesn't include the Elderwood Ancient seeds. It's the juniper, the oak, the maple, and the pine. I believe those are the 4. it gives you one of those 4 seeds. Now that's cool in all in its own or whatever, but one of those 4 seeds also have a chance to be flow infused, which means those flow trees that you chop down in Bahari Bay, you can plant a bunch of them in your house. So every day you have a chance to get 1 flow tree. You plant it in your house, you water it, let it grow up, you get another seed out of it. Over time, you get more and more of these flow seeds from the Galder statue, and you eventually build this giant flow garden in your yard, and you and your friends can chop down a bunch of flow trees right in your backyard, nice and easy. It's super cool. I really, really like it, and I think it's one of the best rewards from these bundles. So these are the 4 bundles that are available in the Night Sky Temple. I'm hoping they add more stuff like this as we go. We've seen they've done it with the artifact system, and that's kind of cool. But I hope there's more stuff like this, like items from Elderwood, stuff like this in the future, with some better rewards maybe. But I highly recommend looking into these, and I highly recommend going to do them if you haven't already. These are super cool to me. Some of the rewards are really cool, especially the Galder statue and the Kitsu statue. They're really cool and really handy to me, and I really love going and checking them every day to see, did I get a flow seed? Did I get some arrows for free? Did I, or seeing that ancient fish out in the water? It's all kind of cool. So if you weren't aware of this, hopefully this helped, and hopefully it helped guide you to some of the things you were missing for it. I might make a video in the future about the treasure chest and where to find them to help people out. That would be kind of cool. But for now, that's kind of where I want to wrap it up. If this helped you, please like the video. Please subscribe for more, because I plan on covering a lot more Palia stuff. I got tons of ideas out there, and I'm just going to boom, 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 boom. I might start covering more games or more other stuff, but I want to kind of keep my Palia content coming regularly as well. So subscribe if you want to see some more. Hit that like button. Let me know in the comments what some of your favorite rewards are from this, or if you have any questions, or just anything. Just let me know. I love interacting and talking with you guys in the comments, so please drop down there if you have any input. Please let me know. I have been updating my merch a little bit, so I do have some merch links below as well if you want to check it out. It helps out greatly. I'd appreciate it. Let me know what you think. I've got some more stuff I'm working on that might come out in the future. Who knows? But yeah, I stream every day on Twitch, Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. Central Time till 8 p.m. Central Time, generally. So yeah, if you want to hang out, come chat with me. I'd love to see you there. I play anything. I play things from cozy games to more wild and crazy stuff on that one. So yeah, thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it greatly. I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope to see you guys next time.